Welcome back to the Shane and Shelby Show.
I'm Shane, and my beautiful wife Shelby is over here beside me. How we doing?
We are good. We have that fresh Florida tan.
I'm looking dark.
I'm looking darker.
Than me?
Yeah.
No.
No, I am. I totally won the tanning game of our Florida beach trip. And we're going to get into our Florida beach trip. That's what we're going to unpack today. Plus, headliner. Love Island returned, guys.
And it returned a lot. We didn't watch in live time last time, so I didn't realize that these just like keep coming. I thought it was like a once a week thing.
Yeah, we weren't prepared for that, but it is back. We watched the first 2 episodes while in Florida and then 3rd episode last night, and that's how far we will recap. I did want to say though, for those of you that don't want a spoiler or don't give a shit about Love Island, Shane does put these little timeline things in there.
I do. I'm pretty great for that. So
Yeah.
yeah, just skip over this part.
Just skip over whenever we start talking about Love Island. I'll let you know when to skip. All right, so we just got back from Florida. Such a good time.
It was nice.
It was so nice. And then what else have we been doing? Basically nothing because we got in yesterday afternoon.
Yeah, literally nothing. I got a haircut. Hair looks good.
I got some coffee, back to 7 Brew. There's something about Florida though. Legit, no coffee shops. You get Starbucks or Dunkin'.
Yeah.
Neither of which are great.
We drank a lot of K-Cups. Haven't had those in a minute.
K-Cups and my oat milk creamer. I've gone deep down the oat milk path. Although I had said, everyone says oat milk is bad for you because like seed oils or some stuff. I don't really know why they say oat milk is bad for you, but if you have a sensitivity to dairy, you should try oat milk because it's actually really tasty. And this right here, it's a blondie half sweet with oat milk. Highly recommend if you have a 7 Brew near you.
There was a post, I don't know how long ago, but it makes me think of it every time. And basically, milk coming from anything without nipples, questionable.
Yeah.
And oats ain't got no nipples.
They don't. They don't. But it's tasty. Okay, so we're gonna do a quick in the news like we did the past few episodes, I believe.
In the news.
The Mormon Wives Show, season 2. We just finished watching that. We watched that in Florida and finished it up. That show, it got crazier this go round. I feel like the first season was kind of, I wouldn't say chill, but kind of chill. This season, we just have Demi who's on a path of destruction. You know, so we're not going to really recap that show, but
There's nothing to recap.
there are things to recap. But
Nothing happened. How many episodes? Was it 10?
it was quite a few.
Nothing happened.
I don't believe that. I think there's some drama that just didn't even, so they didn't really like go into detail as much as I wanted them to go into detail. And they left us on a to be continued. And no one even knows if or when there's a season 3, which is kind of weird. But the in the news part of this is that we are getting a reunion, a season 2 reunion. And Nick Viall, I don't really know how to pronounce his last name, even though I've listened to his podcast for years. He is actually going to be hosting the reunion and it's going to be on Hulu. So I'm really excited about that. He's had all of these girls on his podcast recently. I still have not listened to those episodes, but that's this week's plan while I'm taking care of our sick kid.
Nothing's gonna happen.
No, I need to know what happens. Okay, and that premieres on July 1st. Also, the Chrisleys were pardoned.
Woo!
Everyone clap.
Yay.
We're so excited. Honestly, it really doesn't mean anything to us, although there's probably going to be a good TV show coming out about it. I did see that the children had been making a TV show while the parents were in prison. And that's apparently going to come out about their lives while their parents are in prison. So I don't know that other people that are like children with parents in prison get to have shows about them, but you know, this family is well known, so it should be an interesting show.
I like when, I don't really know what happened, but it seems like it was just tax stuff. And I like when people that do taxes wrong get out, because I think we're all doing taxes wrong. No one knows how to do taxes. So
Yeah.
it's concerning when people go to jail for taxes because don't look at ours.
Oh my god. We do have a CPA, guys, but I do think that they got way more years than what I think anyone expected for tax evasion. But okay, also, so this is about Love Island. Before we actually fully get into it, this is so new for us because, like you said, we watched this not in real time last year. So if you have never watched Love Island, here's some things you might need to know. New episodes come out 6 days a week.
What?
Yes.
There's more already?
Well, not yet. We are fully caught up, but it just came out. So they do not have episodes on Wednesdays except for premiere week. So we did watch an episode on Wednesday. So past premiere week, there will not be episodes on Wednesdays, but there will be episodes on every day other than Wednesdays. And Saturdays are exclusively for what is that? After Sun. You know that show that you hated that they put out, the After Sun episode?
Yeah.
That's on Saturdays.
Oh, is that one girl gonna do it again?
The one with that
Every time they did a commercial for her, I could not stand her voice. I don't care what she had to say.
I think it was the Irish accent that got you.
Oh, yeah,
Yeah, he didn't like
that
that.
was wild.
So we never watched any of the After Sun episodes. I have no clue what those actually are, but
Those are just on Peacock?
yeah, they're gonna be on Saturdays. And the show is being filmed in real time.
That makes sense since they scrubbed that one girl.
Yes, we're gonna get into that too. But I was so shocked, like, they're a couple of days behind so that I guess they can edit, but I did not realize this is basically like dating Big Brother. Kinda how it seems.
Yeah.
They have, like, weird games, it's being filmed in real time, you can vote on things, who you want to see, like, go home and stuff.
10 per method.
I don't know. Okay, so now we'll full get into Love Island. We've again watched episodes 1 through 3. Honestly, I can't say that much has happened in episodes 1 through 3.
First off, we're gonna shout out me because finals game 1 was last night. And I gave you the TV to watch this bullshit while finals game 1 was on.
And
And
your
I
team
had to watch
lost.
and had to watch this shit on my phone, no sound. Finals game 1. Basketball guy, finals game 1 on phone.
So he can't even speak about Love Island episode 3 because he was clearly just watching
Yeah.
finals game
1
1.
through 2, I got you though. I don't know what happened in 3.
Okay, so in episode 1, the couples or the everyone singles met and became couples. And so the initial couples were Ace and Ulissa.
Mm.
Ulissa got cut
Quickly.
quickly. Some things came out that she had made racist remarks on podcasts. I don't know if that's plural, just one podcast, but she used inappropriate language and there was a bunch of controversy about that. So they just took her out.
Okay.
And they didn't even tell anybody really. I never even caught it.
It was in the first sentence of the second episode. They said Ulysses is gone or Ulyssa, and then they just kept talking.
Yeah, and I didn't even realize I didn't hear it, and I didn't even realize she was gone until Ace was, like, sitting by himself. And I was like, "Hey, where did his person go? Is she sick?" Okay, and then Taylor and Olandria?
Olandria.
Olandria, these interesting names. So Taylor is the country guy.
Yeah, I like Taylor.
Shane loves Taylor.
Every time he talks, man, that hit home. Like I can relate to dude.
He's so funny. So Olandria is very Southern, but I feel like they're a different type of Southern. She's
Yeah.
Southern Belle and he is like straight country guy, but he doesn't look country. It's like the weirdest thing.
Mhm.
Okay, so they got together, they coupled up, and then Jeremiah and Hutta. And Hutta is the one with a child. But she ain't telling nobody except the girls. She's told 3 of the girls. I'm sorry, but that's a bad choice. Those girls, if you do anything to oh, they're gonna tell all your business and it's gonna go bad. And then Shelly and Austin, They did not want to be paired together. Shelly was trying to be paired with Ace, who she apparently met at a bar in New York City. So I feel like that's an unfair advantage. But anyway,
Yeah.
she ended up with Austin, and then Bella,
Bell Dasha.
Belle Dasha, and Nick. So her name is literally spelled Belle, Belle dash A. Her mom screwed her over. And in the show, they are calling her Dasha, as they should.
As they should.
I feel like Dasha is a better name than Belle Dash.
Yeah.
Uh, anyway, so she is also interesting. I feel like she got put on the wrong show. I don't know if she applied for Love Island or maybe she applied for Love is Blind. That would make more sense.
Did they commingle?
I don't know.
Okay.
But I think she applied for the wrong show or got put on the wrong show because she doesn't even want anyone to kiss her. Like, she did kisses on the cheek, and I'm sorry, but if you've never seen Love Island, you're in for a wild ride, and it is way more than a kiss on the cheek.
Yeah.
She is not gonna be able to participate in any of those games. I don't think she's gonna form any sort of relationship because none of those guys are gonna be, like, about that.
Yeah, I think she's gonna need like a lot of sympathy votes, or people are gonna vote her off because that sounds boring.
It sounds really boring, like, for the show purposes, like,
Yeah.
that's not good TV.
Not this one.
Not this show. Yeah. So, then we had new bombshells come in, I think that was on episode 2.
Mm-hmm.
And our bombshells are Charlie and Sierra. Charlie is English, British.
We don't
He's
understand
got,
that country.
yeah, I don't know, but he's got an accent. And Sierra is interesting.
Just like kind of nerdy.
Yeah, she's given like Star Wars vibes, maybe.
Yeah.
Very friendly,
Mm-hmm.
very pretty girl. All the guys seemed to want to be with her, but she ended up picking Nick, who was with Belle Dasha. And Beldasha was not appreciative of that. So
Yeah.
they both spent the night in the hideaway, but it seemed like, oh, so Charlie picked who did he pick? Shelly
Mm-hmm.
for the hideaway. Shelly did not seem interested whatsoever. She had
No.
just gotten paired with Austin, who she didn't want to be with, and then gets picked to go to the hideaway with Charlie, who she also didn't want to be with because she only wants to be with Ace, who
Mm-hmm.
got stuck with Ulissa. So, God love her. I think Shelly is one of the prettiest girls on the island, though.
Yeah.
She is stunning. Like, her hair is gorgeous. She is absolutely stunning. And she seems, like, pretty down to earth.
Yeah. She seems the most level-headed, probably. So
Yeah,
far.
especially for, like, this type of show.
Yeah.
I feel like she's doing the best. So, current drama, though. We've got Olandria got up and kissed Ace in that secret kiss. They were all blindfolded, and I thought that was, like, a little messy.
It was messy because she said she wanted a country boy, and he's not giving that.
Not at all.
Not at all.
Dude has his name tattooed on his back.
Yeah, that
That's
gives
a
country.
red flag, red flag. Where's my red flag? If you have your name tattooed on your back.
Mm. First, that might be a double red.
Yeah, it's your first name, not even your last name.
Yeah.
No.
It's interesting.
Anyway, so that happened. But at least she owned up to it. She didn't like leave them hanging. She could have not told anyone because I don't remember who was mad about it. Oh, Huda's guy thought it was Huda, but it wasn't. Then Shelly doesn't seem to like anybody, which is problematic.
Potentially Ace, but it sounds like they already explored that.
It does because they were in DMs. I don't know what they
Yeah.
actually did.
I don't know, but they're in two different, like he was LA and she was New York or something. Like,
I think she's in Orlando.
yeah, it just didn't work.
Yeah, he's giving very much player vibes, very
Yeah.
red flag, but everyone seems to try to go after him. It's weird because I don't even think he's good looking.
He seems to be very outgoing. And then said he was an introvert.
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't believe anything that comes out of this man's mouth. Okay, and then they went to the fire pit, and there was some drama at the fire pit, which was on episode 3. You probably have no clue what I'm talking about because you were watching that finals
We'll
game.
see.
But Taylor stood up. So they put up the bombshells at the front and said, okay, anyone that wants to like leave their couple to have this chance to be with this bombshell, get up. Taylor, country guy, gets up to
Mm,
go stand up for Sierra. And Olandria did not like that.
she did not like that.
She did not like that, even though she was the one who had just kissed Ace.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so country guy's like, I don't know why you're mad. And apparently all the guys basically except Jeremiah stood up.
She probably pulled him down though.
Hutta.
Yeah.
Hutta even like made a comment though of like, your men suck. I'm sorry that y'all are going through that. And Olandria took it out on Hutta and ended up making Hutta cry. And there was like this kind of dumb drama, in my opinion. Like, neither one of them should have opened their mouths, and they both opened their mouths and kind of like offended the other one. And it was just Olandria being mad because her man stood up.
Yeah.
But anyway, Nick ends up with Sierra, as we all saw coming.
Seems like a decent fit.
Yes. And then at the end of episode 3, I feel like the only thing that actually truly happened was we got to see Hutta attempt at telling Jeremiah that she was a mom.
Hmm.
I don't know that it ever like fully did it come out of her mouth? I think she might have.
She did say those words. Yeah.
She did say those words and then it just like cut.
Yeah.
So I don't know if he's going to take it well. There was some talk of him love bombing, which what are these words? Like these people were saying so many words, especially like the Sierra chick. I didn't understand half of what she is saying. I think I'm way too old for this show, maybe. This Gen Z slang, I don't know what any of these words are,
Yeah.
but then the love bombing, I was like, okay,
That one's new.
that one's new to me.
Yeah.
I don't really know what that means.
I guess just I loving everybody,
I guess so.
which he gives that vibe.
He does give that vibe, like, he was very in all the way, super fast, but they both were. They
Yeah.
both, like, jumped in, which I think is so stupid.
Very red flaggy.
Very red flaggy because the whole show is about being open and you have a kid and you're not telling him that you have a kid.
This is not the show for a single mom, I feel like,
No.
that like is trying to protect their kid.
No.
No.
Terrible.
Because at some point, if she's still on there, she's gonna have to like grind on all these dudes and do the pop balloons with the other one's butt humping and stuff. Like we've seen the other ones. It doesn't go well for kids, I'm sure.
Yeah, I don't think our children would appreciate watching us in that type of environment.
Also, we did find an outdoor shower in Destin and we couldn't use it because it was right beside the like
Children's swim pool.
neighborhood pool.
Yeah. Yeah.
So that was unfortunate.
Okay, so that wraps our recap on Love Island. Again, because there's just like not that much yet, but
Yeah.
I think it's about to get messy.
Well, I think the kid thing kind of like restarts their relationship
Oh, 100%.
to keep that from somebody because like you don't really like they don't really know each other, but to really not know her as like, oh, she's also in like the pickup line at school, kind of not know her, that's the restart.
Yeah, I feel like it was wrong. And I don't really know what she's experienced in like the dating world, outside of the show, but I can't imagine that there would be men just like lining up to date you because you have a kid, so I don't really understand the reasoning of like keeping that a secret because you don't want men to like you for not you. It was a weird she was
Yeah,
weird
I get
about
it.
it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, moving on to Florida. So, we go to Florida every year. I don't know how many years we've been doing this, but
A few.
several. And we have been staying at the same condo the past 2 times. And I've stayed at different condos. Like I grew up going to Destin. But we found the one. And honestly, I don't really want to tell people. I've already told people, but
Are you gatekeeping?
I kind of want to gatekeep. Now that I was, like, literally about to say it, and then I was like, we don't have that many subscribers anyway, it'll be fine."
Yeah, no one's gonna hear this. Destin Gulfgate is the one, but there's also a couple right beside it that I think give the same vibe.
Maybe, maybe. But we went to Destin for 6 days this time. Last year, we did 7, and it
Mm,
was in Gulf Gate, but it was hard for me. The 7 days was hard for me last year because I don't like seafood.
yeah.
And in Destin, it's just seafood, and the time of day that you have to go eat in Destin to not wait 2 hours is screwy. So, like, you better be prepared to have dinner at 4:30 PM like an old person,
Or 8.
or 8. Yeah, there's no in between. You wanna go to dinner at 6? I'm sorry, you're not gonna eat until 8,
Yeah.
and then your kids are mad,
Mad.
big mad. We've been there, done that. So, last year, I was like, "Oh, a week might have been a little bit too long." And so this year I booked 6 days instead. I honestly probably could have spent 2 weeks there.
Yeah.
Yeah, this time was absolutely perfect, and it was perfect because we cooked most of our meals in the condo.
Which is wild to go from 0 meals to most of the meals.
Yeah, that was a
'Cause I
big
don't think we've ever cooked at any on any vacation ever,
no.
and
I
we've
think
done a
the
lot.
most, like, eating in the condo in Florida has been, like, Uncrustables while you're sitting on the beach or, like, a turkey
Yeah.
sandwich, maybe a mac and cheese cup. But, like, we've never bought spices.
Yeah.
We literally went to
It felt weird too,
it
to
felt really
get
weird.
supplies for not your home.
Yeah, so that was strange. We flew in on, what was it, Friday of last week, and we flew JSX, which I freaking love. I cannot say enough good things about JSX. This was the easiest travel experience there and back that we have ever had for any trip.
Yep.
And so we fly out of Dallas into Destin, I think it's Destin Executive Airport.
Yeah.
It was literally, what, 5 minutes from our condo.
One turn.
Yeah, the airport, condo, amazing, and Destin traffic sucks.
Yeah.
So, we were able to pick up the only thing was our rental car, these freaking Turos. We did use Turo again after saying that we wouldn't, but I left the Turo up to Shane because Shane typically, like, is in charge of getting us a cool car for Turo, and he got us a freaking Bronco.
So in my defense, we've never driven a Bronco, and it's kind of Jeep-like, and in all of these Florida towns, there's just Jeeps everywhere. But I didn't want a Jeep because I've already had a Jeep and they're fine. But I was gonna try something different. So I got a blue Bronco, like one of the brand new ones, had the soft top, but it sucked.
Completely sucked. So we get there, though what's funny is everything with our travel was perfectly fine except for the fact that we land. Shane was like, "Oh, the Turo's already parked here. Like it should be so easy." We walk outside with all of our luggage and the car's not sitting there. It's blue. We knew that it was blue. So like, there's no blue car in the parking lot. Where is it? So Shane just takes off on a walk and the Destin Executive Airport has like a long windy road that has different things. So there's like different private jets going out of different places, helicopter, whatever. And so Shane had to take off on this walk.
Yeah.
And it was hot. It was so hot. We had just gotten off the plane. I was sitting in there with kids. Audrey's like panicked, like thinking that we're not gonna have a car. And I was like, Audrey, I think we're okay because guess what? If that one's missing, there's more.
Yeah.
Like, there's a rental car place literally right there. Or just get another Turo. It'll be fine. But Shane takes off on this walk, finds the car, and then we have to load the car. I don't understand the top to the Bronco, the soft top thing. I think Shane did it wrong, maybe.
Yeah, I don't understand it either because there's the swing door, but there's no top half. The top half is part of the soft top, which obviously doesn't just like open. It kind of like flipped up, but then when I flipped it up, the like side flaps also flipped. So we were like flapping in the wind because I didn't know those opened. The whole thing was a mess.
The whole thing was a mess. And then trying to shove all of our luggage in there because with JSX, you get 2 free checked bags. And I would have, had we gotten, like, a Suburban or something, brought my 2 free big check bags per person, like, every bit of luggage I could find. I would have put it in that car, but knowing that we had this freaking Bronco, I had to, like, vacuum seal my pillow, and I was real mad about it. But so we finally get all of our crap into this Bronco, drive, but then we got there early.
Yeah.
So check-in, this I don't understand. Check-in and check-out are rip-offs. Rip-offs. The fact that you can't check in somewhere until 4 and then you have to be out of that place by 10, that but you're, like, literally paying for a whole day. It's stupid. Anyway, but we couldn't check in until 4, so it said, so we went and bought stuff at Alvin's Island. Never been to Destin, there's one on every corner, it's like Dollar General, but for it's not like Dollar General, but it has a bunch
Same
of
quality.
same quality, it has a bunch of, like, I don't know, beach chairs.
Nickety knacks for the beach.
Yes, and it's all overpriced. So we go to Alvin's Island because the kids wanted to go there, and I needed a beach chair, or so I thought. So we go, and we're trying to shove everything in this Bronco. It was it was a struggle. Like, if we had been in a car wreck, it woulda just taken someone out. Those
We had
chairs.
fishing nets through sitting through everybody. It was wild. I did catch some fish though,
Yeah, so I was able to check in early. Shout out Gulfgate. We were able to check in early and went down to the beach on day 1.
because you didn't use your bitch voice.
I used my customer service voice.
Yeah.
I've worked in customer service plenty to know how to speak to people. And I swear, I don't know if this is actually true or not, but I think if you call a hotel and you're rude and like trying to get into your room early, they're going to tell you that it's not clean and ready yet. And if you talk to them kindly and are like, is there any way? Then they're like, yeah, it's open. Thank you so much. And then I just went in and it was perfect. But at Gulfgate, so what I like about Gulfgate is that there's parking spots underneath, like, underneath the building, kinda like a parking garage, and it's gated, and there's some of the units have, what are those things called? Like, kinda like a pool box, like what you would have in your backyard to put your pool gear in, and this one, we had just gone to Alvin's Island, packed this car full of crap, and we pull up and there's a huge pool box in the parking space, and you can just leave it out there, so when you're on your way to the beach, you just, like, grab your stuff and go. There was plenty of chairs, we didn't need to spend $70 on a chair, all sorts of stuff, so we were able to return those. Whoop, whoop. But we got there, and then we're able to go to the beach on day 1, which never happens because if you check in at 4 and then you're hungry and then,
Yeah.
your day's
Especially
shot.
if you're not on the beach. So if
Right.
you have to like get all your shit and take off on a little walk, you're not going day one.
No, but we were able to go day 1, they already had chairs, like, the chair guy was down until 6. So, at Gulfgate, what's awesome is they only do, and this is the reason I found them last year, I researched because we had gone a couple years ago and been on, like, the 3rd row, and, like, every day you gotta go out and, like, fight people for your chairs because Destin is packed. But this one, I had researched only 1 row of beach chairs. And this one only has 1 row, and you walk down there, and they're like, "Okay, this is where you're at for the day," and your little name tag's on there, you don't have to fight anyone, you don't have to go down and reserve it, it's there for you, you can show up at any time to go to the beach, and so we show up at 4, and we get to walk down and go sit on the beach with our beach chairs, like, it's the coolest thing ever. They even have, like, on the little walk down, they have a little bucket on the side that's like, "Take a beach toy, leave a beach toy," like, there were free boogie boards and sand buckets, like, you really had to buy nothing.
Yeah.
The coolest thing ever.
It's been nice.
So nice.
And it's the only beach that I know because I didn't grow up going to the beach. So this is all I know. I think it's nice.
Yeah, Shane's spoiled. He doesn't know what it's like to, like, fight people at the beach.
Except for Siesta Key.
Ugh,
That was
God.
garbage. Don't go there.
Yes.
Actually, you can still go there. Just don't go to Gulfgate.
Yeah, please don't go to Gulfgate when we go to Gulfgate so that we can still get our Gulfgate. But I do love them. We were able to enjoy that first day, but then we went to the grocery store. We went to Publix on day 1.
Publix is cool.
But we went there literally, what was it, 8:30 at night?
Yeah.
We had had no dinner. We flew in, unpacked our stuff, went to Alvin's Island. I think we had to go to Walmart to get sunscreen, went to the beach, and then showered and went to Publix all in one day. Like, that was the busiest day we had had, but we went to Publix and literally it was like we were at home
Mhm.
buying groceries.
Yeah. So the Walmart there sucks. Like,
Yeah.
they don't have anything, and there's a billion people. Also, the Target there sucks. We usually go to Target, it sucks. But the grocery store, no one actually buys groceries. So it was great.
Yeah.
I loved it. I went twice, and it was the furthest of the 3.
Yeah, the Publix, I don't think it was there before, or maybe we just didn't look for it.
I don't think we would've looked for it. I don't know.
Yeah, it was really nice, but everything was pretty pricey. I felt like, I mean, I don't know if it's any more
We
pricey
actually
here.
bought food. We don't know. We don't have reference for that in
Yeah.
Destin. But JSX gives you free drinks on there. I get my JSX ranch water, which apparently is tequila and I think club soda. I didn't even know, but they took it off the menu. Used to be it was like advertised, and they still do it if you ask for it because they still have those ingredients. So I love those so much that I got some of the supplies myself when we went to the Publix.
Yeah, he did.
Yay.
Okay, so this was about Gulfgate too. Is I don't we were sitting out on the balcony. So Gulfgate has these massive balconies and you are direct on the water. And the water is the most beautiful thing ever. And like when I say massive, it spans the entire condo. So it's 2 bedroom, 2 bathroom condo. The like primary suite has a sliding door and then the living room has a sliding door. Really large balcony. It had 2 rocking chairs, 2, like, large rocking chairs, a table, 2 other chairs, and, like, a couch type of situation over on the side. So we were sitting on the balcony talking every day. That's where we, like, contemplate life.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Yearly.
yearly. And I love it out there. I'll sit out there all day. But I was thinking about, like, why do people not go and stay at a beachfront condo? That doesn't make any sense to me, and I think it's we talked about it's your priorities. What are you going to Destin for or 30A? So a lot of people go to 30A now. I've never stayed in 38. I've been down there, but I've never stayed there because I don't wanna stay in a beach house where you have to take a bike or a golf cart or a shuttle or walk down to the beach. I want to literally see the beach and then walk down a couple steps and be on it. And that's not what happens in a beach house. So a beach house, you obviously get more space and it's like cute. And I think there's maybe better restaurants that are like walkable in 30A.
Mhm.
But why would you not want to be on the beach?
I mean, I think most people do. I think it would be funds too for if you have like a group, like a lot of these are like a couple of families going together, and in that case, you can't use condos unless you're booking like a strip of them. So maybe that's the reason, but it still sucks. Like we'll sit at the restaurants or on the balcony and see like a buttload of people that have clearly walked a mile, just chairs on backs, coolers dragging kids on hips, and they have art like their day already sucks.
Yeah, I don't understand. For me, it's not worth it because I am there for the beach. So our kids, I think it's how I grew up though. So when my parents took me down there, it was for the beach. You go and you sit on the beach and there was a water park across the street and I heard as a kid, we don't come here for a water park, we come here for the beach. We don't come here for the pool, we come here for the beach. And so that's what I tell my kids too because we have water parks here in Texas. We have pools here in Texas. We don't have this beach. And so when I go, I'm going literally to sit my butt on the beach. And I just can't even, like, fathom not,
Yeah,
like, being right there.
it's valid.
So
We don't
which
have a beach.
I know. I wish we did. That would be absolutely perfect. Okay.
We should also talk about how I like to do activities on the beach and you don't. You just like to sit there. So I need the kids to get a little bit older so we can play like tackle football in the sand because that would be dope.
We did do some activities, though, like, I got out on the boogie board
We did, yeah, once.
once. Yeah, so I think What's interesting, and I was telling Shane too, that what's so interesting to me about the water there is, like, it's not actually the ocean, it's the Gulf, but every day is something different. So, like, with the pool, it's always the same and it's kind of boring. But with the beach, it's like, okay, well, today we have jellyfish. Tomorrow we have big fish. They're really big fish. We saw a manatee swimming in the water. The water's like really still one day, big waves the next day. You never know what you're gonna get. It's so much fun. It's like a new day, a new beach. I
Valid.
love it. And so I can just sit there and watch it because it never ends, like, the waves never end, and so to me, it kinda, like, shuts off my brain, my little toes in the sand, and the waves just, like, continuously rolling in. I can just sit there and stare all day. Shane has to be doing something, though.
Yeah, I can stare for about 5 minutes.
We both finished books, though.
Yeah, we did. We are smart.
Mine was, like, a romance book, though.
Mine was about smart people and also tax evasion, so I'm a little paranoid.
Oh, one day we went to Crab Island. So, I've been to Crab Island once as a child, but I don't really remember it, and I thought it was just like a party place. And so when we've gone in the past years, I haven't really wanted to go to Crab Island because I felt like it was just for, like, partying and
Well, it was because I think last year we were there for one of the holidays,
Memorial Day.
and it was wild.
Yes, so I would not, if you're just like a calm family with children, would not recommend Crab Island on, like, the 4th of July or Memorial Day. That's gonna be wild,
Uh-huh.
like, think Party Lake.
Yeah.
But we took a boat out there not last year, year before last, we did a dolphin cruise, a sunset cruise, and it was, like, with other people. Not, like, in our group, but just, like, a boat full of other people, and it was really nice, but Benji fell asleep because we had been at the beach all day long. So this year, I just was searching and I found this company, Crab Island Adventures, that is a private beat or a private boat that takes you to Crab Island and you can see some dolphins. This was definitely more Crab Island focused than a dolphin tour, although we did see some dolphins, and our captain was cool and, like, took us out to another park because Benji wanted to see some sharks. So, it was a cool experience, but Crab Island was, like, a lot different than, I guess, what I had expected. There's literally businesses on boats.
Yeah, that was new to me.
That was wild.
Really cool though. So there's this big section that apparently used to be an island. Like it used to actually be sticking out of the ground or out of the water. It's not currently, and it's maybe 3 feet deep for a really big section. And there's like a burger boat. There's all these people on little boats that are just selling merch, selling ice cream, all sorts of stuff. That was cool.
Yeah. And your captain just, like, takes you out there. He had a paddle board for us. He had one of those, like, big, like
Layout mats
yeah,
that
like a mat.
floats.
Um, and we could just literally walk around, and it's beautiful water. We went on a great day too because there was some seaweed washing up the night before, and so we didn't go to the beach that next morning. We just went at 9 a.m. to the dolphin cruise, and there was, like, no seaweed at Crab Island. It was absolutely perfect, crystal clear water. It was beautiful, and we just laid out there, tried to paddleboard, failed at the
No, I
paddleboard.
did great,
No, I
except for
failed.
when I was going backwards.
Yeah, we rode
That makes it more difficult.
yeah. Yeah. I can't stand up on one. I got up for, like, a half a second. Shane also flipped us on purpose.
Yeah, all 4 of us.
Yeah, we all got on it, us and the kids, and he flipped us all, so I had freshly washed and curled hair that day. Ruined.
No, it was cute.
It was ruined.
Beach waves.
Beach waves. But we did Crab Island. What else did we do? We ate out twice.
We did eat out twice. One was real good.
One was real good, so if you have food allergies or food sensitivities, Lulu's.
Yeah.
Lulu's in Destin, but don't try to go there at 6 o'clock.
Yeah.
We went at 4:30, and that was, like, the sweet spot. When we were coming out, people were getting dropped off in an Uber because there was no way that any of those people could have parked.
No.
Like, that place was crazy, so busy, but they cook food separately, so if you have an allergy, they have a gluten-free menu, dairy-free, egg-free, shellfish-free, their entire place is nut-free, and Like, the manager will come and they took my order separately from the rest of the fam, and I had a completely gluten-free, dairy-free, egg-free meal that was cooked in a separate kitchen for no cross-contamination. Like, the craziest thing, like, so respectful of allergies, very appreciative, and the food was delicious.
Yeah, it was great too because it was on what is that? The little inlet,
It was on the no, it was in the harbor.
and there was like a little sand beach, beautiful views. That
Yeah.
was cool.
Right on the water, boats everywhere, marina. It was a really good place. Like, Benji was asking to go back there for all meals,
Yeah,
and he just had a
I
chicken
would have enjoyed
quesadilla.
that too.
Yeah. So, it was a really good place. We also went to the back porch, one of my favorite restaurants. However, for food sensitivities, it's not the place for you.
No, they don't care too much. They have food and you get what you get. But
And
it's delicious.
Delicious charges you a ton of money. All of the restaurants there are really expensive. So, like, buying groceries there was pretty expensive, but not more expensive than eating out was
No,
because,
I think we saved money.
yeah, we
Our
saved money.
meals were super basic, so
Yeah.
there was that, but I
Yeah.
think we saved money.
We saved money and I felt better. I had people messaging me going like, "Oh my god, how are you not bloating on vacation?" I was on my period and still looked, I'd say decent because I was eating clean instead of like eating out all of your meals.
Yeah.
If you go on vacation, you eat out every single meal, you're going to be bloated. You're going to feel like crap whether you have food allergies or not.
Yeah, I think we all felt good too.
Yeah.
Like no one was complaining, no one had any issues. All super healthy.
Yeah, very healthy. I really liked it. I think next vacation there, because we are going to Vail where I did not book a condo,
Yeah.
and we're gonna have to eat out all of our meals, but next time we go there, I'm 100% gonna just cook food. It's not as fun. I packed all of these, like, cute outfits to wear, knowing I wasn't going anywhere. Like, why did I pack those? I packed all these cute outfits thinking that I was gonna go and do something when all I do there is go to the beach, and then we cooked at home.
Yeah. It's a good thing I didn't get that Suburban. That's what you're telling me.
I
Because you would
mean
have packed more shit that we didn't need.
Oh, we almost got smoked by an umbrella. You wanna tell them about that?
Yeah, the damn people that go up and down the beach with the little coolers full of ice cream. One boat captain had no clue what he was doing, and it was super windy. This umbrella comes up out of his thing and almost like Final
Both of us.
Destination us. Yeah.
Yeah, it was coming, and there was small children around too, because it's an ice cream truck. All the kids are like running around straight on the beach. We were sitting with our feet in the water, and he was dragging this stuff. It was a young guy, had on the captain's hat and
Yeah.
everything with this umbrella, and it flies off and it comes directly at us. And I caught it with my hand. Shane caught it with his too. Otherwise, yeah, we would have been smoked. And then the guy had the freaking audacity to be like, "Hey man, can you hold this for me while I go up and down the beach?" He was literally asking Shane, and so Shane's holding it for him, and I don't know if you were thinking, like, just for him to turn just to spin
I
around.
thought he was turning around. Yeah.
Yeah, so he does do, like, a small spin after he gets, like, 6 chairs down, spins back around and comes and then asks Shane again, like, "Man, can you hold this for me so I can, like, go back down the beach?" And I'm yelling, like, "Absolutely not. Absolutely not." Like,
Get your damn umbrella.
yeah, this umbrella's trying to blow away. Shane couldn't even get it closed because the wind was so strong, and dude's just like, "We didn't even buy ice cream from him." Like, What? You're just asking us to hold your umbrella? Like, get it together, man." But I was a little mad about that.
Yeah.
And then the old man that was beside us, his daughter, like, bought his granddaughter ice cream from that man after it had happened because they were, like, sitting beside us, and he was, like, chewing out his daughter, "I can't believe you bought for" I was like, "Yeah." The people, though. Do we wanna talk about the people of Destin and how, like, diverse
Very diverse.
very diverse white people, though.
Yeah.
So it's not diverse in, like, races or ethnicities.
Right.
It is diverse in you have the most Southern some of the most Southern accents I've ever heard.
Hey, we're going down to the beach today.
Smoking cigarettes, like, the most Southern, and then you have the in her Lily Pulitzer outfits, like, prim and proper and, like, I think from Kentucky, maybe goes to the Kentucky Derby, but very,
Yeah.
like, put together. It was the wildest thing, like, watching people in the elevator and, like, sitting on the beach and watching people walk down, like, you could tell the differences between families, and it was the craziest thing.
Mm. It was wild, and they're just, like, sitting beside each other,
Yeah,
kids playing together. It's
it's yeah.
the beach brings everyone together.
Oh, and then on the way back, so we flew back yesterday, and that again was just such an easy experience and way more fun because you can bring dogs on planes. And so when we get there, there's this little, I think it looked like kind of like a Pomeranian, all white one, fluffy, with this very well to do woman. And it was so cute. But it didn't really want to go and visit. And then this girl, younger girl, comes in with a golden retriever. And it's just her, like 5 suitcases and a golden retriever. And I was like, "I wonder where it's gonna sit." You know, like, these JSX planes are small. It's, like, literally a seat on either side. The right side does have, like, a little bit more legroom, but you're not supposed to take up the aisle, and I was like, "Where's this dog gonna go?" Maybe we can insert the picture that I took, and put it up here because this dog, during takeoff, was so nervous. It was a 5-year-old golden retriever. It sat in her lap, the owner's lap, and it was
It's
terrified.
touching the roof.
It was touching the roof. It was turned around. There was and they I don't even know why this happened, but you can book your own seats on JSX. So somehow it happened that both dogs were sitting one seat in front of the other, which they did really well. No growling or anything, no barking. But then there were 2 children behind the golden retriever and snacks, and the golden retriever wanted to eat the snacks. And then the baby fell and was screaming, so the dog was concerned. It was a whole show. And it was hilarious, and, like, half the plane was empty, but we were all at the front, just all people, dogs, and babies together. It was
Yep.
great. It's a
It
great
made it a
time.
lot more fun. It's like a show, you're just, like, watching, like, what is the dog doing? It's sitting on the armrest now, and it's, like, laying its head just staring at the kids, and it
The
was
f
great.
the flight attendant had to literally, like, walk into another seat, climb over the dog because the dog would not move. It was like, "Nah, man, this is where I'm gonna sit today."
I'm on a plane, I'm gonna sit still, this thing's weird.
Oh god. Okay. Oh, also, while we were on the plane, on the way there, I opened up a question box on my Instagram. I haven't done a question box in a while. And when I've done them in the past, I've mainly gotten questions like, "Hey, what summer trend are you liking? Like fashion trend, or what's the link for this bikini?" Or I don't know, like some normal fashion questions. Nope. Nope. This question box, people were coming for me.
Mm.
They just came straight at me. All of the questions were so passive aggressive. So people were mad because the day before we left for Florida, I bought a Porsche.
Yeah!
So that's an update to last podcast 2 weeks ago. It's been 2 weeks since we filmed this
Oh, yeah.
podcast.
Remember the last podcast where we were like, "What financially responsible car should we get that's reliable, makes the most sense as a mom?" Scrap all that, we got a Porsche!
So I went and test drove some cars, and I knew that I didn't want just like a basic, responsible, reliable car.
Yep.
That's just not who I
Didn't
am.
even drive them.
Didn't even drive them. I went and drove an Audi, SQ7, SQ5, and just a Q7. Those are all great cars. And then I was like, they didn't want to give me, a good deal. So I was like, I'll go to Porsche and bought one.
Yep. Can't say that it was a better deal, but it's a better car.
Better car. And so I got a Porsche Macan, and I was so excited about it. And I debated, Shane asked me, like, are you going to post this? And I felt like I should because I've asked so many people for like car recommendations. Now, did they recommend me get a Porsche? No.
Not a single one.
Yeah. But that definitely didn't make the top 10. But I was like, well, I felt like people would be invested in it, like knowing,
Yeah.
what I got. And so I was like, I'll go ahead and share. And so I said goodbye to my Jeep Wagoneer. If you don't know how much a Jeep Wagoneer costs, please Google it before coming for me. So I bought a Jeep Wagoneer a few years ago and then traded in my Wagoneer and bought a Porsche Macan. And also, you can Google the price of that. And Yet people were so mad. I actually didn't see some of the rude comments because because my followers came for them. I didn't even tell you this. I got a message from one person who so in the question box, people were coming for me. One of the first questions out of the gate was, "How do you teach your kids to be humble when you're constantly sharing about all of your wins?" or something like that. It was so passive aggressive, like super passive aggressive. And I just said, like, I remember where we've come from, and we've talked on here many times about where we've come from and how we got here. We worked hard. Like this, it was not just an overnight, just like, oh, yeah, I went from being on food stamps to buying a Porsche. Like, absolutely not. So it was frustrating me, but I had one person message me and say, that she fought in the comment section of my post when I said that I went from a Wagoneer to a Porsche, and she was fighting some woman who was talking bad about me, and the woman removed herself and, like, deleted her comment. She was like, "I don't know if you saw this, but she was being hateful, and I stood up for you and said women should support other women," and she removed the comment. And I was like, "Yes, sister." So I had a lot I don't wanna say that, a ton of followers are mean, but I had a lot of hate for it, but I had a lot of supporters for it too. But the people that were hating were like, "You don't have a job. Neither one of you have a job, and you're out here buying a Porsche, or you just signed up for a huge car payment. Like, you don't understand our financial situation, and that's fine. You shouldn't. But maybe don't comment about it,
Yeah.
right? Because we can be unemployed and still be doing just fine." And I think a lot of people don't understand how social media works and how social media influencers get paid and how it doesn't just stop. So even if I'm like, hey, I quit, unless I'm deleting the page, deactivating my account, there's still money that's rolling in. LTK doesn't pay you for like 5 months. So whatever I did 5 months ago, I'm still getting paid for the next 5 months, regardless of if I do another thing or not. And then also, just like people still clicking old links.
Yeah, and people in your inbox just asking you for stuff constantly, like, that doesn't go anywhere.
Yeah, I'm still, even though I fired my management team and I'm not really taking brand deals, I didn't take brand deals to start this business. Like, I built this business on commission sales alone, and those don't end just because I say I want to spend more time with my kids. And people just don't understand that. I think it would be scary if we both had, like, normal 9 to 5 jobs, and we went out and both quit our jobs and then went and got a super expensive car. But that's not what we did.
Yeah. Yeah, so there's a lot here with cars, and no one freaks out about a Jeep Wagoneer, even though that thing was like 100 grand.
Right.
And obviously the Macan is a lot less. So our payment is a lot less. We have less months to pay on it. Like, we're in a much better financial situation with this Porsche than we were with a Jeep. And like, people are just oblivious to that because they're like, oh, it's a Jeep, probably isn't that much, or oh, it's a Ford. Like, that shit's still 100 grand if you're getting the big one.
Yeah.
Like, this is the small Porsche. It's still good. It wasn't new, or yeah, it wasn't new. Like,
Yeah.
before you come for somebody, like, realize what you're actually talking about.
Yeah, and I think, I don't know, I've seen so many people post about getting Tahoes, getting Suburbans, getting their new Denali, influencers posting about this, and no one's saying anything. But because I got a Porsche, it's immediately like, you don't know that it's a year old. You don't know how much I paid for it. You don't know if I bought the damn thing in cash. But yet you're like, "Oh, her payment's really high now." What? What? It just blows my mind, but I think there's just so much ignorance around social media, like, people just truly don't know, and they just want to assume and just maybe don't because you look a little silly. Okay. About the Porsche too. I lost 900 followers in one day. I posted about it, 900 gone. I've lost actually 3,000 in the past week. So I bought the
Hell yeah.
Porsche and then went to Destin and posted about that, and people just like, "I'm out of here. I can't see someone else happy." That's fine. Please leave. But
No, I'm sure they have their reasons, but we all know that's the reason.
oh, that's the entire reason that you can't see someone else happy. And honestly, move along. I don't need you staying and making rude comments. I'd rather you just leave
Mm.
because it really doesn't matter.
Yeah, either you leave or we make you leave.
Yeah, we block you. But it's so crazy to me that I don't see and I don't know other people's numbers, so maybe that is happening to other influencers, but I really don't think that the chick that's sharing her Tahoe lost 1,000 followers in one day. No. Okay. Oh, I also had a lot of people mad about my blonde hair. And it's kind of funny to me because when I started this page, I was platinum blonde. And I was platinum blonde for, a year or 2 before I went back brunette. And when I went back brunette, people were furious. I received so many rude comments about and rude messages about me going back brunette. And I was like, it's my hair and it needed saving. It was very damaged at the time. And so I went back brunette. And I even said that I would never go back blonde. Why I said that, I don't know. Never say never, especially me with my hair because I love hair changes. And you know what? That's my right because it's my hair. And, people seem to think it's okay to DM me and say, "The blonde's not it, girl." Well, she got blocked because 'cause I'm sorry, but her blonde didn't look good. And I didn't tell her that. I could have. I could have been rude and said, "It ain't it for you either, sister." But I just blocked her. Just move along. And then I had people say, "You really should go back dark brown because this doesn't look good on you." Well, you really should shut your mouth because I don't care. Like, it's just not okay because if you saw me in the Walmart, would you come up to me? Like, we don't know each other. I have no clue what your name is. Would you come up to me in Walmart and say, that blonde really doesn't look good on you? No, no, you wouldn't because you don't have enough courage. Even if you thought it, you'd keep your mouth shut. And that's how it should be with social media too. Shut your mouth. Just because you can type something that comes up in your head doesn't mean you should. Drives me up the wall. Like, keep it to yourself. Nobody needs to know. Did I ask you for your opinion on my hair? No, then don't give it.
Does mine matter?
Honestly, no.
That's fine because you look good.
I think that women should be able to do whatever they want with their hair. Now, do I take Shane's thoughts into consideration? Yes.
Rarely.
When was the last time I got a short stacked bob? I got a short stack bob 1 year when Audrey was 1 and Shane hated it.
That wasn't it, girl.
And so I won't do that again, but as long as he doesn't like it black box dye when the black was, like, almost that blue color.
Yeah, that that wasn't it either. That was like goth. You had
It
to
just, I was really pale at the time too. It was a bad color. But other than that, it doesn't really matter, right?
agreed.
Yeah, I'm gonna do what I want. But I think it's so wild that people feel like they can just tell you their opinions about your hair. It doesn't make sense. I would never I might look at her hair and be like, I wouldn't do that." Would I message her? Absolutely not. That's wild behavior. Like, what are y'all doing? Okay. So that is, I think, it on the things that people are getting mad at me for that I know of. I'm
Mm,
sure there's
there'll be
more.
more. Wait till next week.
Y'all are gonna get mad over this podcast too. That's fine. It's fine.
At least we didn't buy a damn Tahoe though,
Yeah, those things are off on a record. Y'all should be mad at
and
these
more
people.
expensive.
They are more expensive. But I got me a cute little Porsche.
Mm-hmm.
We're gonna do some things to it and then I'm gonna show you.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna show you guys at some point. Okay. Do you have the question of the day?
I do have the question of the day, and hold on, let me get my sponsor ready. Ha ha! We're gonna take it right off the feet. We got rainbow sandals today. These bad boys saw a lot of sand in Destin, and they were comfy and beautiful. I had my toes out, got a little toe tan, feet tan, looking beautiful. This is also my new fit, courtesy of rainbow sandals because it's the beachy vibes. Got white corduroy shorts, nice little button down.
For legal purposes, I do have to say that this is not an official sponsor. We just come up with his shit on our own.
Yeah. But hey, you want to send some more? I don't think Benji has any yet. You got some?
I
Audrey
bought
has some.
rainbow sandals for me, you, and Audrey,
Yeah.
but I
So
got
Benji needs some if y'all want to send some out.
all right.
All right, question of the day. And this one we've got some experience with, especially on this trip, because people ask all the time, hey, what do you do? Our answer has a lot of times been we do social media. We can't give that answer anymore
No.
because people have so many questions, all of them. And then they tell us about their family members or just people that they know that have pages that do whatever and how that they tried it or didn't succeed or still try to succeed or hey, how much can I pay you to for you to advertise me on stuff? So we can't give that answer anymore. We can't tell people we do social media. What do we tell people that we do?
I think it has to be something that people don't know anything about and can't ask questions. So, like, I'm an accountant.
Mm.
That's not a fun job. No one's really gonna ask you about accounting. They don't really know unless they're an accountant. But like a boat captain, he's not gonna ask you about accounting. Like that's not that interesting of a job. And so I think it has to be something that's like kind of boring. Nobody really knows what questions to ask. Do you have one?
Mine aren't boring, but I came up with I sell light up stuff at concerts.
They're gonna ask too many questions about that.
Are they though?
Like, how did you get into that business? And then you're gonna have to create this like elaborate lie.
That sounds so much fun though. I just bought me a big old pack on Amazon and I just put them all together. I net about $1 profit on each. Unless it's a big concert. Then we get about $5 because I jack up them prices because there's other people out there. That's the main competition is when there's other light up people because, I'm just one guy. And a lot of times I can't have like a big old cart. I got to have kind of like the backpack and just like shit wrapped around arms. And there's just only so many that you can sell before you have to go back to the car, get more loot, come out there and try to sell it again. So, I need more profit per. So I jack up the prices if we're talking about, like a Sabrina Carpenter.
I cannot with you. The fact that you just, like, went on this whole rant.
I could totally do that. Sounds so much more fun than telling people what we actually do.
Yeah, so we had a driver, this is the same guy that takes us to the airport and picks us up, and he doesn't know what we do, and I find so much joy in that,
Mhm.
and I even like, I made the joke yesterday that, we would have to tell people something different, and he was like, "Yeah, man, I just can't figure it out, like, I don't know what you guys do," and I didn't say a word,
You
and I'm not gonna.
I told him we have a food truck,
Oh my god.
and I didn't have to go into details, but I think it would be like a taco truck because that one's easy. I know all about tacos.
All about tacos. Oh my god. Yeah, I don't know. It's so hard. Like I was at the Seven Brew. Shout out Seven Brew. We love you. If you want to send me a gift card, I don't really know how you get PR for Seven Brew because it's coffee. But I was at the Seven Brew the
Merch.
other day and I pulled in my new Porsche. Got the paper tags on it. The guy was asking me like, "What are you up to today?" And I'm like, "I just bought a Porsche." And he was like, "Oh, what do you do?" I'm an influencer. Oh my God, what's your, because he's Gen Z. He's like pulling up my page in front of me and turns to the next girl and goes, "She's famous." I'm like, "No, no, 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 no. Like, let's just give me my coffee and give me." I'm like, "I don't want to
Yep.
tell you what I do." And I was like, "It's a women's fashion page. You wouldn't be interested." That's what I tell people. It's a women's fashion page. You wouldn't be interested.
Yeah. No, I go through it every week with the lady that does my hair. Even today, she was like, "You working today?" Like, I don't know, maybe. We'll see what happens.
Yeah. But also, I've kind of sort of decided not to not work.
Not to not work. Interesting.
I think we all knew this would happen. Like, I just maybe it's the ADHD. I don't sit still well. Like, we go on vacation and somehow I worked more than I have in like the past month, but that's so much easier. I think just like casually working and not like giving my 120% like I used to is what I want to do. And just like post my little stories, but do I have to go out and buy a bunch of crap to do like a big haul? No, because I'm kind of over consumerism, but, like, I still wanna share what I'm wearing that it's what I think is worth spending the money on. Because I wore people were a little maybe a little salty, maybe that's why they unfollowed me. All of my swimsuits for this week were expensive, and I don't care because I think quality swimsuits are worth the money and worth you feeling good. And so I feel like those were easy to share for me. It wasn't like some crap piece from Amazon that I was just trying to wear to push. It was like swimsuits that I put on each day, not caring if anyone bought, but because that's what I felt good in.
Mm,
And if you don't like it because it's too expensive, that's fine. But I think I'm still going to keep sharing those types of things. Like, this is from Amazon. I really like it. I'll share it with you guys, but I'm not going to do like a whole video about it.
yeah, and there's that fine line of people always wanna know actually what you are wearing,
Yeah.
but then are also pissed if it's
Expensive.
expensive.
Yeah. And it's like, I mean, I would rather have 5 good swimsuits that I can rock over and over. Those Left on Friday swimsuits, I've been wearing them on repeat. Like, I just got the Monday swim ones in, so I haven't worn those before, but my Left on Friday, y'all be seeing me wear it on repeat, and people ask, like, "Is it worth the money?" Because 'Cause I'm okay spending it if it's worth it. I'm like, "I'm getting a ton of wear out of it, so price per wear, yes."
And that has a lot to do with people thinking that you look good on this trip. I thought you looked good on this trip. You were also wearing shit that was nice and looked good on you.
Right. Yeah, if you're just wearing something that, like, halfway fits, probably not gonna get that many compliments. So, I don't know, maybe that's why I lost people, but I will be continuing in stories, I think a little bit more than I was, although Audrey is having surgery the day this episode airs, so
Yeah.
the next 2 weeks are gonna be a little rough for us, but hopefully we will be able to get our podcast episode 17. Next episode is episode 17.
This one's 16?
Yeah!
Hell yeah. We're killing it.
Episode 17 will be next week. We will recap if I pass out during Audrey's surgery or not because I don't do well with this. My mom's actually coming into town because I did not have faith in myself.
We're both not good. We're not really adults, so we're not good at adult stuff, and this is very adult stuff.
Very adult stuff. Even though I'm 31, I just don't think I can handle it without my mom. So she will be here, maybe on the podcast. I don't really know. We shall see. All right. Is that it for this week?
That's it.
See y'all next week.